Now, let's go over some practicing tips to help you get to speed and learn how to do this without even thinking about it. Here's how to practice. First, learn basic strategy. Get a chart on your phone or a printout or on your computer and have it next to you. Deal yourself some hands. Here's how I like to do it. I like to deal myself a few hands. So I give myself 3 hands and give the dealer 1 hand. So we'll do this with just 1 hand, just for an example. So just deal yourself a hand. You want to coordinate King 19 versus 7. That plays a stay. So dealer flips their card, 9, they have to hit. 15, they have to hit. And the final card is a 10, 25. We win. Great. You can record your stats if you want to see how often you win or lose, just to kind of see how the odds come out. They may come out true, they may not. So that's the first step, is just deal out yourself a ton of hands to get the idea of how the cards work, how they come out, and get kind of experience learning the table. You want to have that table memorized before you go into casino. Experienced players usually get kind of mad if someone doesn't know how to play. It's not hard to learn, and you can even ask the dealer. They'd love to help you. And even players at the table will help you because they want you to make the right move. So learn to play before you waltz into a casino. How to learn to count cards. Now, you know the system, you know the rankings of points per card. It's a big step to get from just knowing it to being able to apply it in the casino. It's very loud, a lot of music, a lot of sounds. The dealers are going very fast. You have to keep track of your own hand and the dealer's hand, and usually engage in conversation with other players. Maybe you're drinking, engaging with waitresses or friends, anything like that. So it's very, very distracting. So you want to be able to count when you can't even think about it. You just want to be able to look at the cards and know the count. The best way to start to do this is dealing to yourself, not hands, but just cards. So for example, I'm just going to deal like this: 0, -1, -2, plus 1, -1, +1, 0, -1, -1, +1, +1, -1, -1. You kind of get the value of the cards in your brain. Then, when you have the values where you can just see it and know the value, then you want to develop doing a running count. So this one, you keep a running count of the cards that come up. -1, -2, -1, 0, so it's all -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -5, -4. See how the count got to -6? So we can pretty much guess that there's going to be some low cards coming out to balance this count out to 0. So all decks end in 0. So what were we at? -4, -3, -3, -2, -1, -2, -1, -0, 0, -1, -2, -1, -0, 0, +1, 0, +1, 0. You can go on and do this for a while. It's also a good idea to time yourself. Keep track of how fast you can go through one single deck accurately and see if you can improve on your time. A good time to have is about 20 to 25 seconds. That's a pretty above average time. That's pretty fast. That's about 1 card every half second or 2 cards every second. It's a little bit faster than that. That's pretty good. Also, you can do a method where you round the cards. So say you're playing at a table and they deal out hands just like this, and say it's like that. Alright? So now I can group these and go -2, and this one's +1, so I want to go -1. I can see both cards and just round. A lot of times they'll cancel out. For example, if I had a 10 and a 3, +1, -1, they cancel. So I just wipe those away to 0. Move on to here, -2. That's a good way to count, but I recommend learning how to count fast and then working on grouping, because then you'll assign the card values a lot faster.